Going, it is all the news all the time, and my name is Adam. Hello, and we're looking at some interesting news today. Looking at our good friend Prince Harry, also known as the Ginger Ninja, and he's been written out of the King Charles's coronation, it seems, and will have no official role in the service, even if he attends, after he's left Prince William burning with anger following the release of his Moan All memoir. Royal sources told the Sunday Times that Harry has no place in the proceedings. He's out, he's not involved, he can sit in the corner and cry. William is said to be angry, anxious and sad amid the Duke's bombshell claims. The royal family have thus far refused to comment on the revelations in the so-called book Spare. And yes, it's just, usual moaning and complaining from Harry. Everyone's done him down. He hasn't got enough millions from people. He's annoyed about everything, and nothing goes his own way. Let's have a little look. Prince Harry has been written out of the King Charles coronation script. It was claimed today as royal insiders said Prince William is burning with anger amid the bombshell revelations in the Duke of Sussex memoirs. This was meant to come out next week, but it was released in Spain and then in Spanish, and the newspapers in the UK spoke to the Spanish organisations and bookshops and said to them, we want you to translate it back into English as fast as possible. And now the magazines and newspapers in the UK can print excerpts from the book, and they can also get away with the embargo because there's an embargo on it until Tuesday. So yeah, quite interesting how it's all kicking off. Again, a major mistake, I think, by Harry to release it in Spain. I don't know why you'd think putting it in Spain is going to make it secret. In Spanish is going to make it secret. People can understand Spanish, and they can. In his new tell-all autobiography, Spare, Harry makes a series of sensational claims about his brother and father, describing the Prince of Wales as his arch nemesis. Oh, you've got to love that. Living in some sort of castle made of skulls or something. And accusing the king of being worried he would be overshadowed by Meghan's Hollywood star power. Wow. No, I don't think so. Not if you're the King of England and you've got hundreds of millions of pounds and multiple castles and you could go anywhere and do anything. I don't think you're worried about some woman who was on Suits as a, or she, a paralegal. The royal family have thus far remained silent on the matter, refusing to respond to the Duke's incendiary anecdotes. But the Sunday Times today said a royal source claimed Harry has been omitted from the proceedings of King Charles' upcoming coronation in May. Oh, that'd be good, the coronation in May. That'd be very interesting. Wonder if I can get down to it. Windsor, maybe? Probably. No. Would it be Windsor? Might be Canterbury? No. St Paul's? Maybe. News of Harry's removal comes as the Duke appeared on ITV this morning to speak about the guilt he felt following the death of his mother, the Princess of Wales, in '97. Again, he's desperate for privacy and to be left alone, which is why he's gone on ITV to do yet another interview. So there you go. He's been chucked out of the coronation. He's got no official role. Nobody wants him around because he's a freaking nightmare. He's just an absolute freaking nightmare. Every time you speak to him, it's like, oh, you've done me down. You've done me down. But friends of William have told the Sunday Times that the heir is burning with anger, but is also anxious and sad over Harry's comments, with one friend describing as cowardly. William won't retaliate, he never would, because he's dignified and unbelievably loyal. Believably loyal, I think. Yeah, it's cruel, cowardly, and so sad for William to have to keep taking the punches. He's keeping quiet for the good of his family and the country. Something that this guy does not understand very well in his woke world of wokeness. And what else is going on? People were saying that they're picking on him because he's ginger. Because he's ginger. We don't like Harry because he's ginger. And then people were saying, why do we not like people who are ginger? And I was looking at this and saying a gene for red hair is recessive, so a person needs 2 copies of that gene for it to show up or be expressed. That means even if both parents carry the gene, just 1 in 4 of their children is likely to turn out to be a redhead. I think this is where the expression gingers have got no souls, because if you can imagine, you've got the mother with brunette hair and you've got the father with brunette hair, and they have 3 children and they've all got dark hair, and then suddenly you've got a ginger turning up, and they're thinking, this is back hundreds of years ago. People were thinking, oh, is this the devil? Oh, what is going on here? Because the mother's not ginger, the father's not ginger, and maybe even the grandmother wasn't ginger, maybe the grandfather wasn't ginger, nobody's ginger. Then suddenly a ginger kid turns up, and you're like, oh, ginger kids. They're created from nothingness. Who knows? This is my personal opinion on the matter of gingers. Or just maybe they've got no soul. Who knows? They might not have souls. Maybe. In one sensational passage, Harry described a stand-up row that ended with the Prince of Wales grabbing him by the collar and throwing him to the floor, leaving him with scrapes and bruises on his back after he landed on a dog bowl. Well, there you go. I mean, it's all kicking off in the palace. Who knows? So you might think, well, this is all good PR, and there's no such thing as bad news. All good news is bad news. No, all news is good news. But no, let's have a look at their popularity in the UK. It's not good. Harry and Meghan's popularity slumped among Britons ahead of the launch of their Netflix documentary series. So this is just up to the documentary. So this is red is Prince Harry, as you can see, and purple is Meghan Markle, and it's not good. This 0 line is like the neutral line. Anything above it, they're popular. Anything below it, they're unpopular. And it gives you a net score, so you add the two things together. And as you can see, Prince Harry, everybody loved him. Up here in the 65, 75, 80 zone, 70s, everyone loves Harry. Harry's the best in the world. 2012, 2015, 16, 17, everyone loves Harry. And then he meets Meghan Markle. It doesn't go well. And it just goes downhill. A little peak and then vertical drop in 2020. So this is everyone not really getting on with either of them, people not liking them, and then they said, we're going to leave, we're not going to be part of the royal family anymore, we're going to do our own thing. Seriously unpopular. And then it just went worse and worse and worse. And then we get down to here, little uptick, where the death of Queen Elizabeth II, and they were seen together with William at Windsor, and people were thinking, oh, they've come back together and they're making amends. And then, no, let's make a documentary, let's release a book, let's make a 6-part documentary slagging off the royal family, and they're straight down. And their current scores, minus 39, people hate her. And Prince Harry, minus 26. People hate these two. They can't stand them. They cannot stand them. They're just, and it's not looking good. It's like, and now, this is the documentary series. Now they've released a book, or he has, and they're going to be down here somewhere. They're going to be like, I mean, what happens when you get to minus 100? Do we lock you up or something? Or do you get exiled? I don't know. We shall find out. We shall find out. I mean, because they're on the pathway of nastiness down there. Let's have a little look. What was I looking at here? Oh yeah, Prince Harry's revelations, like those of a B-list celebrity. This is coming from The Guardian. The left-wing the super left-wing. Couldn't be further left-wing. If it was a bird, it'd only have one wing, and it'd be a left wing. Literally, The Guardian. Guardian can't stand him. Jesus Christ, what's going on? A former royal biographer has said he's perplexed. That means usually something else. By the Duke of Sussex memoirs, and says it contains the kind of revelations you would expect from a B-list celebrity. Jonathan Dimbleby, oh, know that guy quite well, said Prince Harry had constructed, that means lied, constructed a narrative of his life, which goes right back to the death of his mother, as his highly anticipated book Spare is due to be released on Tuesday. Right. Speaking on the Radio 4 Today programme, Dimbleby, who interviewed Prince Charles, when as Prince of Wales, he revealed his relationship with Camilla Parker Bowles. I am perplexed. I am at a loss. He is clearly a very troubled man. Again, these are euphemisms for other things. I'm concerned, incidentally, that everyone uses the word revelations. Yes, there are obviously revelations about how he lost his virginity, stuff I don't really want to know, taking drugs, and how many people he feels he might have shot down from his Apache. Jesus Christ, man. But he wants his peace and sincerity and quietness. But these are the kind of revelations, in part, that you would expect, I suppose, from B-list celebrities. Oh, it's not good. It is not good at all. So even The Guardian, the left-wing doyen of the far left, even they've turned on him. He couldn't be. He doesn't look very bright there at the best of times. What else is going? Jesus Christ, man. Prince Harry's book lets the papers have their cake and eat it. As I was mentioning earlier, this book is available now in Spain, but in Spanish. But through the power of Google, we can Google translate things really fast. So it's back into English. I wonder if it got, when you translate something into Spanish and translate it back into English again, and then back into Spanish and back into English, it gets weirded out and changed. Maybe that happened. I don't know. But his version of the book, which is called En la sombra, always sounds better in Spanish, En la sombra, or In the Shadow, has been accidentally put on sale in bookshops. British newspapers phoned to local reporters and freelancers, urging them to rapidly retranslate the book back into English. Can you copy and paste, put it into Google Translate for me, in order to obtain more revelations? So all these revelations have happened. One of the main issues, as it says down here, is Harry's publishers can't sell the serialization rights, which they would normally do, because this is a process where a newspaper or magazine pays a fee to run excerpts in advance of the publication, but this might be due to a lack of suitable outlets because Harry is suing loads of people. He's suing the parent companies of The Sun, The Times, The Daily Mail, The Express and The Mirror. These are all the sort of tabloid newspapers. They're not the broadsheet newspapers. Well, The Times is definitely a broadsheet, but these are mostly tabloids. And so yeah, they're the ones who are more interested in serialization of these excerpts, but as they're being sued, they're saying no. But what has happened is they can now access the book in Spain in Spanish, and they and as they say here, the early leaks allowed the newspapers who loathe Harry and Meghan to have their royal cake and eat it, writing dozens of stories about the prince's claims while also decrying him for having the audacity to publish such material. Brilliant. The Daily Mail, they describe the book as excruciating and the work of a grudge-toting man-baby. I mean, this is what people are saying about Prince Harry. A few years ago, everyone loved him. He was like up in the 80 range. Where's my thing? He was up here in the 60s to 70s. Yeah, he's like 70. Everyone loves him. Now he's a miserable, grudge-toting man-baby crying about everything and moaning about having too much money. I've got so much money. It's such a problem. And then there's some insane stuff. I mean, what we got here? Because of this, we've got the Taliban, right, demanding Prince Harry be sent to an international court. The Taliban, you know the Taliban, right? The people who murder people. They murder gay people. They murder anybody who's not them. They torture people. They set fire to people. They gas people. They do all sorts of horrendous. Those people are saying someone should go to court. The irony of it. The irony. The hypocrisy. I can't believe it. The Taliban says Prince Harry should face international court. If we're talking about international courts, every single one of you guys would be in jail forever. Forever. But no, they're saying Prince Harry should go to an international court. The Taliban. Geez, you put us in a position, you ginger ninja, you put us in a position where the Taliban are wagging their fingers at us. It's like Vlad the Impaler telling someone off for not doing recycling. Do you know what I mean? It's like Vlad the Impaler, the person who impaled people on sticks, is telling someone else off for not doing recycling. As it says here, the Taliban, right, they say Prince Harry will always be remembered in Helmand. Afghans will never forget the killing of their innocent countrymen. Right? This is the Taliban saying this stuff. Said Taliban murderer Khalid Zadran, the Taliban's police spokesman. Can you imagine Taliban's police spokesman? Jesus Christ, man. So thanks to Harry, we're now being told off by Taliban's police spokesman in Kabul. That's what we've got. The perpetrators of such crimes will one day be brought to the international court, and criminals like Harry, who proudly confess their crimes, will be brought to the court table in front of the international community, says the Taliban. Christ on a bike is all I can say about that. Well, let me know your thoughts about this Cockney chanter that we've got, which we like to call Prince Harry, and like and subscribe if you want to know more, because I find this ridiculous. that we're now being told off by the Taliban. Honestly, what is going on? And yeah, that's about it. All right, I'm annoyed. I'm going to go away. See you later.